Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Today I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health stresses for June 27, 2026. I stress this is a weather report. We keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We also maintain a storefront on Amazon. Looking at the surface map for Saturday, we see a major extensive front hanging literally across the country, stretching all the way from Southern California up through the panhandle of Utah, all the way up to a small bubble low up here in the Dakotas, and then that front extends all the way back down to Kansas, across St. Louis, through Kentucky, across to Charleston, West Virginia, and over to Dover, Delaware. We have unsettled weather across the Rockies, the northern plains, down the Mississippi Valley, right through the middle Mississippi Valley, and then east across the Tennessee Valley through the middle Atlantic states. Looking at our vitality index, that measure where we take the individual weather elements and look where it may have an impact on the human health, and you can see we have bubble activity going on here across almost all of the West, lots of activity here in the central Rockies, and then from the plains, the central plains up to the Dakotas. Note that we do have something going on here across the south, but I think that's really a lot of heat building across the south in those next few days. It will eventually spread to the north, but for now, the heat is right here in the southern states building, although we of course have record high temperatures back here in the southwest where we always do. Pressure change is generally pretty minimal at this time of the year, but we do see some falling pressure here from Kansas across Nebraska up through the Dakotas, and that of course is with that little bubble low. Temperature change is a little bit more interesting. We do have in the heat of summer, but note we have some falling temperatures here in the northern Rockies, Wyoming, Montana, and actually extending back to the west, even into northern California. But you'll notice here we have a rather sharp bubble increase in temperatures across Kansas, eastern Wyoming, and up all the way to the Dakotas. Dew point temperature change, also very interesting and can be extremely important at this time of the year. We have falling dew point temperatures here in the Rockies, falling dew point temperatures in northern California, but note rising dew point temperatures right here through southern California up into Utah, and that's almost in a sense the bubble increase. So we do have falling vapor pressure here again through much of the middle Mississippi Valley, rising vapor pressure here again southern California, and rising vapor pressure up here in the Tennessee, middle Mississippi valleys. Looking at the Lifton index, you can see we do have instability across the south, but I'm looking towards this area in Kansas into southern Missouri where it seems to be quite intense, and there is a little bit of instability trying to make its way up into that bubble low in the plains. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, we cut to the chase a little more with a migraine risk running from central across northern California, across the northernmost reaches of Nevada, and across all of Oregon, stretching across the southern Idaho into Wyoming and Montana. It's the migraine risk area. Note we do have a small area of migraine risk here in Maryland and Delaware. The real extensive area of migraine risk, or rather of asthma and arthritis risk, is here in the heartland, running from Colorado across Kansas all the way up through the Dakotas, and then stretching into and across Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, picking up portions of Kentucky. Also have a asthma and arthritis risk here in Maine. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, tell us where you're located.